measured in centimeters on a particular day. So this is the height, frequency. Then question A, calculate the standard deviation. So now how do we calculate the standard deviation? So number one, to calculate the standard deviation, we need to calculate the mean. Step one is to find the mean. Now the formula for mean. So to find the standard, to calculate the standard deviation, number one, we are going to find the mean. The formula for mean is equal to summation. This is the symbol for summation, or you can call it total f of x, or summation of f of x over summation of frequency. F is frequency, x is mid value. The x stands for mid value, or you can call it midpoint. Now this formula is already provided at the back, at the front of the paper. Is here the formula for mean. Remember, this is the formula for mean of grouped data. This is the formula for mean of grouped data. This formula that I'm circling, this is the formula for mean of the grouped data. How do we know that it's a grouped? How do we know that it's a grouped data? How do you know that it's a grouped data? Because the numbers are in class intervals, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, meaning the numbers have been classified, they have been put into intervals. That's why it's a grouped data. So now, this is the formula for mean. Now, how do we find the mean? This is the frequency multiplied by the mid value. So these numbers represents frequency. So we'll be multiplying the numbers below by the number in between the interval. So x represents the number in between two numbers. X is the mid value. So we are going to say 3 we multiply by the mid value of this class interval. This is 3 we multiply by the mid value of this class interval. So how do we find the mid value? We say 0 plus 10. Okay, then we divide by 2, which is 5. So we multiply by 5. Plus, again, the next frequency is 8. Then now we need to find the mid value. 10 plus 20. 10 plus 20, which is 30. Then we divide by 2, which is 15. So this is 15. Plus the next number is 14. Multiplied by the mid value of this, you say 20 plus 30, 50. 50 divided by 2 is 25. Plus 22. Multiplied by 30 plus 40, 70. 70 divided by 2, 35. So 35 is between 30 and 40. Then plus next number is 23. 40 plus 50, 90. 90 divided by 2, 45. Plus the next number is 22. 50 plus 60, 110. 50 plus 60 is 110. 110 divided by 2 is 55. So what you do when you are finding the mid value, you add the two numbers. You add 40 plus 50, 90. Then the answer that you get, divide by 2. So plus then 80. The mid value, you say 60 plus 70, 130. Then 130 divided by 2, you get 65. Then all over total frequency. Total frequency. This is total frequency. Total frequency is 100 plants. Okay, so now we are going to work out everything at once. You say 3, open brackets, 5 plus 8, 15. You say close brackets, plus 14, 25 plus 22, open brackets, 35 plus 23, so plus 23, open brackets, 45 inside close brackets, plus 22, open brackets, 55 plus 8, open brackets, 65. Then equals, so the answer 4020. Then you divide by 100. So 4020, you get 4020. Then you divide by 100. You get 40.2. So 40.2 is the mean. Now we apply the formula for standard deviation. The formula for standard deviation of a grouped data, this is grouped data. So you get this formula, you copy it, you say total fx squared over total frequency minus mean, then squared. This is the formula for standard deviation. So now what we do, we are going to get what we wrote here. We are going to copy everything here. So we copy 3, 5 plus 8, 15 plus 14, 25 plus 22, 35 plus 23, 45 plus 22, 55 plus 8, 65. So now we divide by the total frequency according to the formula. Now here we are multiplying the frequency times the mid value without squaring. Now this time around we need to square. So we need to, because in the formula for standard deviation there is a square, so we need to square here. Square, you square, you do like this, you square everything, but you need to copy everything, you copy the same, but the difference is you square this time around. So now what do? We say 3, 5 squared plus 8 open brackets 15 squared plus 14 open brackets 25 you square plus, this is where the square is, 14, 25 squared plus 22 open brackets 35 squared plus 23 open brackets 45 cross squared plus 22 open brackets 55 squared plus 8 open brackets 65 squared. So what do? We punch on the calculator, so we get 184,500, then we divide by 100. So this one dividing by 100, we get 1.845. Okay, let's repeat the process once more again for clarity's sake. 3 open brackets 5 squared plus 8 open brackets 15 squared plus 14 open brackets 25 squared plus 22 open brackets 35 squared plus 23 open bracket 45 squared plus 22 open brackets 55 squared plus 8 open brackets 65 squared. So the answer is 184,500 is correct. So this is 1.845, then this one will divide by 100. So we get 1845, sorry, not 1.1845. You get 1845. So 1845 is this part. So it's a standard deviation is equal to root. This part has already been found, is 1844. This part is already found, is 1845. Minus the mean. This is the symbol for mean. This is the symbol for x bar. This is the symbol for mean. So the mean has already been found. The mean is 40.2. This is the mean. This is the mean that we have calculated, 40.2. Now the mean has to be squared. So you square. So you say standard deviation is equal to root 1845 minus 40.2 squared. So it's a 40.2 squared. 40.2 squared. You get 1616.04. So now what do? We say standard deviation is equal to subtract 1845 minus 1616.04 squared. You get 228.96. So now you find the square root. Find the square root. So square root of this number you get standard deviation is equal to 15.13142.426. So standard deviation corrects to 3 significant figures. You say 1, 2, 3, so we get 15.1. So 15.1 is the standard deviation. Thank you very much.